Hello and welcome to Ready Steady Cosplay, and today we are making a green medieval style dress from the Butterick pattern B4827. I'm using this really pretty green polyester fabric that I have saved for years to use for this dress. And it's also unintentionally the same colour as the dress on the packaging, which I think is just hilarious. Be sure to check the measurements and the sizing chart on the package, because sizing can vary from pattern to pattern. I begin by cutting out the pattern pieces in my size. There are a lot of pieces, so make sure you keep track of the ones you cut out and also which ones. The pattern pieces are labelled, so read the instructions to see which pieces you need. Once all the pattern pieces are cut out, I pin it down onto the fabric. Bear in mind that the pattern pieces are long. Then cut out your pieces. The back pieces in the neckline have interfacing pieces that need to be cut out as well. I used an iron-on interfacing. I used a technique called basting, a tailoring technique, to temporarily connect the interfacing to the fabric of the inner back piece. This helps for when I sew it together and onto the rest of the dress before I can iron it. Here I am showing where the front pieces will go. It gives me an idea of what the dress will look like. The first things I sew on my machine are the two side front panels to the centre front panel. This creates what is called a princess seam, which creates a curve over the chest. Once that was done, I pinned it to my mannequin. It keeps it out of the way while I am working on the rest of the dress. I love how full the skirt is already. I then sewed the back pieces together and attached the shoulders and side seams before I put it on the mannequin as well. Next, I sew the interfacing pieces together to create the neckline before sewing it to the dress neckline right sides together. Afterwards, I turned everything through, neatened up the corners and basted the interfacing down on the inside of the dress. Here I am showing what that looks like on the mannequin. At this point, I am pinning the sleeves and sewing them. I had to redo the sleeves because the armhole was slightly too small. I then pin and sew the back of the dress together, leaving the top part open for the lacing. Once everything is sewn, I finally iron it. I start with the neckline interfacing and back before working on ironing all of the pleats open and smoothing out any wrinkles. Ironing the dress makes such a difference. It looks so much nicer and more professional. Final things I sew are the hems on the bottom of the dress and the cuff of the sleeves. I pin them down first. To do this hem, you need to fold it in on itself twice to hide the raw edge. This would also be the point to remove any basting stitches left on the garment. Final thing to do is the lacing on the back. I cut out the eyelet holes and put in a grommet before using a grommet punch to put the eyelets in. I use 10mm grommets, which is slightly too large, so I would recommend using 5mm ones instead. And that is the construction of the dress complete. All you see me doing now is lacing the dress in a style called spiral lacing. The pattern didn't say to do this style of lacing, but I wanted to do it this way because I felt it worked better since the dress is a medieval style. I am really happy with how this dress came out. It was a test of patience at points, but remember that this dress will look crazy until the last bit, but I promise the outcome is rewarding. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to see more in the future and check out my other videos too. I am trying to upload a video every 2 weeks. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time.